Hi guys. Hello. Welcome all of you to this session where we will be covering some more PYQs for CSAT. You know that CSAT is very important part of your civil services attempt. So you have to make sure that you crack this, and for this, make sure you do your English very well. So today again, we are in our English PYQs. These come from the year 2023. Let's get started. Remember to share the session and also to like the session, because of course your likes make our life and the algorithm sort of makes us pop out more. Also, please make sure that you have subscribed to the channel so that you can participate in the live chat also. My name is Abhilasha and I'll be taking you through this session. All right, let's get started. Here we are. So here's my first passage. We will read this one together and take it forward. I'm going to give you a minute to read and then we will discuss this one. I'm going to mute myself now. Right, let's get started with this passage. So it says to tackle the problem of pollution in cities. So we are talking about tackling the problem of pollutions. Policymakers think that drastic actions like temporary use of odd even number schemes, closing schools, factories, construction, banning use of certain types of vehicle are a way forward. So they think that drastic actions will be the best thing. Even then, the air is not clean. So the problem is not resolved even after all this drastic action. Vehicles more than 15-year-old comprise 1% of the total, and taking them off the road will not make any difference. Banning certain fuels and car types arbitrarily is not proper. Diesel engines produce more PM 2.5 and less CO2 than petrol or CNG engines. On the other hand, both diesel and CNG engines produce more NOx than petrol engine. No one has measured the amount of NOx that CNG engines are emitting. Arbitrary bans on vehicles that have passed mandated fitness test and periodic pollution tests are unfair. What is needed is the scientific and reliable information about the source of pollutants on a continuing basis and technologies that will work to reduce the pollution from them. So by just trying to have drastic actions, it doesn't make any sense. What you need to do is have a comprehensive policy, check what are the sources of pollutant, and then try and reduce pollution from those sources. Just don't try and reduce pollution from any source that you have. All right, the question here says which of the following best reflects the most logical and rational implication that is conveyed by this passage. So what is this rational implication that is conveyed by the passage? Let's take a look. Is it arbitrary curbs on vehicles to reduce pollution are difficult to implement? Is it that knee-jerk reactions cannot solve the problem of pollution, but an evidence-based approach will be more effective? Is it that a heavy penalty should be enforced on those driving without periodic pollution tests? Or is it that in the absence of laws to deal with the problem of pollution, the administration tends to make arbitrary uh, decisions? Well, um, let's take a look. So the passage has very clearly said that we need scientific and reliable information about the source of pollution and then work at reducing it. So these drastic actions don't really help. And that was mentioned here. Knee-jerk reactions cannot solve, but an evidence-based approach will be more effective. This is a good choice of answer for us. If you are to look at option A, these arbitrary curves are difficult to implement was not mentioned really in the passage. A heavy penalty should be enforced on those driving without periodic pollution tests. But even if you have a periodic pollution test, how are you helping it? So no. And in the absence of laws, the decision administration tends to make arbitrary decisions. We don't know if the administration tends to make arbitrary decisions. This is too random. So what is the implication that is conveyed by the passage? Option B is the correct answer. Okay. All right, let's take a look at the second passage. Again, you have a minute, read it, and then we will discuss it. All right, let's read this passage together. So it says good corporate governance structures encourage. So good corporate governance structures encourage companies to provide accountability and control. A fundamental reason why corporate governance has moved on to economic and political agenda worldwide has been the rapid growth in international capital markets. So they've grown, and to control that, you need you need corporate governance. Effective corporate governance enhances access to external financing by firms, leading to greater investment, higher growth, and employment. Investors look to place their funds where the standards of disclosure, of timely and accurate financial reporting, equal treatment to all stakeholders are met, and therefore corporate governance structure is helpful. Now, what is the logical inference from the passage? It is an important agenda of the countries around the world to ensure access to good external financing. Good corporate governance improves the credibility of the firms. International capital markets ensure that the firms maintain good corporate governance, and good corporate governance paves the way for robust supply chain. The correct answer here cannot be A, that it is an important agenda of the countries. It's not an agenda of the countries, so not A. Good corporate governance improves the credibility of firms. Yes, it does. So I'll put a star on this. International capital markets do the capital markets ensure that firms maintain good corporate governance? No. It's their desire if they want to. Good corporate governance paves the way for robust supply chains. How did we come to robust supply chain from corporate governance? No. So the best answer here is going to be option number B. And that's your answer. Here's your third set. Again, I'm giving you 1 minute. All right, let's take a look at this passage. So elephants are landscape architects. Very interesting. Landscape architect means someone that changes the landscape or creates it, creating clearings in forests, preventing overgrowth of certain plant species, allowing space for the regeneration of others, now which in turn provides sustenance to other herbivorous animals. Elephants eat plants, fruits, and seeds. They propagate the seed when they defecate in other places as they travel. Elephant dung provides nourishment to plants and animals and acts as a breeding ground for insects. In the times of drought, they access water by digging holes which benefit other wildlife. So, elephants essentially are really good for the forests, right? So, let's take a look. What is the most logical and rational inference that can be drawn from the passage? The home range of elephants needs to be a vast area of rich biodiversity. It does, but the passage does not say that. So, therefore, not A. Elephants are the keystone species and they benefit biodiversity. Well, yes, this I can put a star on this. Rich biodiversity cannot be maintained in the forest without the presence of elephants. Now, this is the exact opposite, or rather, it may be true, it may not be true. Okay. Elephants help biodiversity, but biodiversity cannot exist without elephants. That's incorrect. Elephants are capable of regenerating forests with species as per their requirement. Whose requirement? The elephant's requirement. That would be incorrect, no? So therefore not D. So best answer here will be option number B. Okay. All right. Let's go to the next one. 1 minute again. All right. Let's take a look. So the emissions that humans put into the atmosphere will now affect the climate in the middle of the century and onwards. Technological change, meanwhile, could make a future transition away from fossil fuels cheap, or it might not. So you may still be continuing with fossil fuels, leaving the world with a terrible choice between sharply reducing emissions at a huge cost or suffering through the effects of unabated warming. Business that do not hedge against the threat of uncertain outcomes fail. The world cannot afford such recklessness on climate change. We cannot afford this. So we'll have to, put the businesses at loss. So what is the best crucial message that is conveyed by the author? Businesses that cause emissions may need to close down or pay for pollution in the future. We don't know if they will need to. I'll put a star on this. The only solution is technological development related to issues. The only solution is a very extreme option, so I'm eliminating that. Waiting to deal with carbon emissions until technologies improve is not a wise strategy. Okay, I'll put a star on this. It said the world cannot afford such recklessness on climate change. Since future technological change is uncertain, new industries should be based on renewable energy sources. Well, we don't really know that. So here the best option, B and D are eliminated. You have option A and option C, which you can consider as possible option choices. Businesses that cause emissions may need to close down or pay for pollution in the future. Well, that appears quite okay. Yeah, because we have spoken about that businesses that do not hedge. So A is a good choice of answer. C, not really. Okay. All right, let's look at the next one. Again, I'm giving you a minute to read and solve. All right, let's take a look at this one. So it says environmental problems cause health problems. Substantial changes in lifestyle can reduce environmental or health problem, but this idea appears almost impossible to adopt. With environmental problems, individual efforts can be perceived as having a negligible effort and so lead to inertia. With health, individual choices can make the difference between life and death, literally. And yet, barring a few, there seems to be the same collective lethargy towards making their choices. So, people are not really concerned about their health, also. Okay. Now, what is the most rational assumption that can be made? We are likely to spend more money on cure than prevention. We don't know. It is the job of the government. Where did the government come in? To solve our environmental and public health problem? No. Health can be protected even if environmental problems go on. And yes, and that is why he's saying that you should take care of health. So C is a good choice. Loss of traditional lifestyle and influence of Western values led to some unhealthy ways. We don't know what did this. So I don't know. So best choice will be option number C here. All right. Again, I'm giving you a minute to read and solve, and then we will take it forward from here. All right, let's read this passage. It says, many people are not eating the right food. Okay, that's interesting. What is the right food? For some, it is simply a decision to stick with food they enjoy but which is not too healthy. This is leading to an increase in non communicable disease. This in turn leads to major burden on our healthcare systems that have the potential to derail the economic progress, which is essential for the poor to improve their life. For others, it is about limited access to nutritious food or a lack of affordability, leading to monotonous diets that do not provide the daily nutrients that they require. Part of the reason nutrition is under threat worldwide is that our food systems are not responding properly to nutritional needs. Somewhere along that road, long road from farm to fork, there are serious detours taking place. So we're not eating the right thing. The right food is not coming to our plate. So what is the crux of the passage? The scheme of universal basic income should be implemented. Oh, why are we talking about UBI? We must place food based nutrition at the center of our policy debate. But that's not the crux of this passage. Huh? Nutritional status of food should be improved by creating appropriately genetically modified crops. Okay. Because we are not responding to nutritional needs. So this could be a star. Using modern food processing technologies, we must fortify food items with required nutrient elements. Okay. So, but did we speak about modern food processing technologies? No. So, best answer here will be option number C. Should it be that? I'm thinking about it. Yes, it appears that C is a good choice of answer. Okay. All right. That's it, guys. Oh, no, I think C is the correct answer, not B. Okay. All right. If you have any questions, feel free to drop it in the chat box and we'll respond to you. Thank you so much. Have a nice day. Remember to hit like, share, subscribe, and the bell icon so that you are notified of our sessions. Bye bye, everyone.